Okay, hello guys. Somebody had asked me to a question about hooking up the Tortoise switch machines, and I don't normally do a how-to video, but this is so simple and this is the way I do it. There are different ways you can do it depending on what you're going to use the Tortoise for, other than moving your switch points. But I use it on a DCC system, and I use an actuator instead of doing the toggle switches like you see in the instructions. Hope you can see that. My video setup's not very good here. But you've got the toggle systems that you can use, and they show you 4 different ways you can hook those up. I use the touch toggles from Baird Hill trains, and this is a 4 toggle base and one of the touch toggles, just showing you how I've got it hooked up. Okay, so on the Tortoise switch machine, you have 8 contacts on the bottom, and they're numbered 1 through 8. Your 2 outside contacts are your actuator. Okay, that's what's going to move your points. I use a Acculite snap on the bottom, just because that way I don't have to solder them. If I need to change a wire, all I got to do is loosen a screw, pull it out, and move it over. The other nice thing about these is you can put it on the switch machine either that way or turn it around and put it on that way, depending on which way you want the wires to be going. So on that, the only thing I'm using the Tortoise for, besides the points, is to power the frog on the turnout. Now here's a turnout that I built, and you can see I've got I hope you can see this, I've got the frog isolated. So we need to put power, or I need to put power to the frog as the train comes over, so we don't get a delay there or a short. That's why we have the gaps in the rails and the PC ties. So anyway, I picked up some 24 gauge wire, solid wire, and I use green. I don't know if you can tell the color on that or not, but I use green to power the frog. Green like Kermit. Then I've got black and blue wires that go to my actuator button, whether it's a toggle switch or the touch toggles like I use. They would go to the 1 and 8 terminals. Your powered frog will go to the 4 or 5, depending on which side you want to work with. Both sides of the Tortoise have a single pole, single throw switch on them. So if you're going to use number 4, then you would use 2 and 3 for your track power coming in. If you're going to use number 5, you use 6 and 7. And when you throw the switch, when you throw the turnout, excuse me, it will then switch the power to the correct polarity for the frog, so that the rail matches, so you can drive your loco through. It's pretty easy. This would be the red and white I use for my drop feeders. They come in. You can see I've got it hooked to 2 and 3 here. Then my frog's coming off 4, so I would solder that to my frog. These come off of the track power. They could also come off your bus wires, but you can bring them off your track power. Now the only thing you have to do after you do that is, when you check your switch machine, if it doesn't turn your points the correct way, then you can swap these 2 wires, or you could swap them in my case, I could swap them right here. It would be easier to swap them up here. And that will throw the point the other way on the given direction. Then if you drive your loco through and it stops on your frog, then you need to swap your feeders, your track feeders coming in. Just do them opposite of what you've got them. Leave your frog the same, and it'll switch the polarity to the correct direction. So it's very, very easy to do. I like them. Yeah, tortoises can be a little bit expensive. I buy them in bulk usually when I can. I found a place that sells them for 80 something dollars for 6 of them, which is the best price I've seen on them. On the Barrett Hill Trains site, you can buy the touch toggles if that's what you want. And they come in a variety of different kinds. You can get 2 light toggles, which I'll probably go to. And then the AccuLite makes the snap for the switch, and you can shop around on eBay and some other places and find these in bulk also and get them a lot cheaper than buying them separately. They're about $6 or $7 a piece if you buy them separately. Tortoise is about 20 bucks, give or take, depending on where you find it if you buy it separately. But if you buy them in bulk, you can get them down to about 13 bucks. And they just work so much better than a solenoid, I think. But it's all about what you want to do, and it's just like the Fast Tracks turnouts. I like the way they look, and I like building them. It's a lot of fun to build them. But anyway, that's a quick little way of how I do them, and I don't presume to be the only one to know how to do it. And it's not the only way to do it, but it's a pretty easy way to do it for me. You could use a lot of different actuators other than the Barrett Hill stuff. I'll put a link to his stuff down there in the description. But anyway, that's the way I do it. And talk to you later. Bye.